Merry Meet! Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to be working a psalm spell today, and today we are working Psalm 37. Now, Psalm 37 has many traditional uses. Sometimes it's used to overcome jealousy. It's used to render an enemy impotent. It's used to help end fault finding as a habit, and it's also used to soothe and quiet the nerves, and that's what we're using it for today, to soothe and quiet the nerves. Now, the way that we work this psalm spell is very, very simple. We read it out loud all the way through without stopping once, and then we go back through the psalm, and through that searching and digging and finding, one verse at a time, one line at a time, maybe one word at a time, finding deep hidden meanings within that psalm. And we see those as magical seeds. They're like little packets of magic seeds. And as we dig and search and find, we're planting those seeds deeply into our mind, where they take root and grow and they bear fruit after their kind. And that's what we're going to do together right now. So here we go with Psalm 37. It's a long one, so buckle in. Do not fret because of those who are evil, or envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass they will soon wither, like green plants they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret, it leads only to evil, for those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy the peace and prosperity. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow, to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those who are always upright. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. Better the little that the righteous have than the wealth of the many wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The blameless spend their days under the Lord's care, and their inheritance will endure forever. In times of disaster they will not wither, in times of famine they will enjoy plenty. But the wicked will perish. Though the Lord's enemies are like the flowers of the field, they will be consumed and they will go up in smoke. The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous give generously. Those the Lord blesses will inherit the land, but those he curses will be destroyed. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I was young and now I'm old. Yet have I never seen the righteous forsaken, of their children begging bread. They are always generous and lend freely. Their children will be a blessing. Turn from evil and do good, and you will dwell in the land forever. For the Lord loves the just, and he will not forsake the faithful ones. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed. The offspring of the wicked will perish. The righteous will inherit the land and dwell in it forever. The mouths of the righteous utter wisdom, and their tongues speak what is just. The law of their God is in their hearts. Their feet do not slip. The wicked lie in wait for the righteous, intent upon putting them to death. But the Lord will not leave them in the power of the wicked, nor let them be condemned when brought to trial. Hope in the Lord and keep his way, and he will exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are destroyed, you will see it. I have seen a wicked and ruthless man flourishing like a luxuriant native tree, but he soon passed away and was no more. Though I looked for him, he could not be found. Consider the blameless, observe the upright. A future awaits those who seek peace, but all sinners will be destroyed. There will be no future for the wicked. The salvation of the righteous comes from the Lord. He is the stronghold in time of trouble. The Lord helps them and delivers them, for he delivers them from the wicked and saves them, because they take refuge in him. Okay, so this is one of those what they call acrostic poems. And so in Hebrew, each verse begins with a successive letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So the way that they made this, they crafted this was very ingenious. All right, just to be interesting, I think that's kind of interesting. Anyway, so here we go. This is a long one. I hope I don't lose everybody. But it's a very important one, especially for the times that we're in right now. This is really going to help people quite a lot. So I recommend that you come back to this one again and again. It's almost made for our times. So do not fret because of those who are evil. Okay, now, first of all, the way this is talking is different than the bulk of the Psalms. We're not addressing the Lord. The psalmist is addressing us. So we are addressing ourselves, giving ourselves the truth here. So do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. So we start out by don't fret. Don't worry about those people. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about things that are happening outside of you. For they are like grass that will soon wither, and like plants they will soon die away. So all of the seeming wrongdoings that we are watching happening before our very eyes, we have to just understand that that's all phantasmagoria. It's just a matter of time, and it will all pass away, and we have nothing to worry about. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. So it's telling us to trust in the Lord. Now, who is the Lord? We've got to be clear on that. This is not an external deity. This is not a deity outside of us. This is the principle of life itself. It is all life. It is pure, perfect love. It is the source of you. You are a soul that is an emanation straight from this creative source. There is only one. It cannot be thwarted, it cannot be destroyed, and it cannot be opposed. So quite literally, if you be for God, who can be against you, right? One with God is a majority. It's always important to remember that. When we talk about the Lord and God, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about a male deity, separate and distinct from us, anthropomorphized. It is not a Hebrew deity. It is not a Celtic deity. It is the one true source of all, and it is pre-gender. Okay. So trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. So it's just telling us trust in this power, and then and go about your business, go about your life and enjoy your life. Take delight in this. In the Lord, it says, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. It's giving you a formula. How do I receive the desires of my heart? By taking delight in the Lord. How do you take delight in the Lord? Oh, thank you so much for the lovely donation. Thank you so much. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on this recording, but thank you. I'll have to edit that out. How do we take delight in the Lord? By considering the qualities of God on a regular basis. Think about the qualities of God. And he will give you the desires of your heart. The desires of your heart. Remember, the desires of your heart were put there by God. So of course God wants you to have them. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. So it's telling you that you need to commit. You need to commit your way to infinite intelligence. Commit your way to the life force of the universe. And if you commit your way to that, rather than committing your way to all these other people and all these other things out there, you're going to have your reward, and it's going to be as obvious as the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him, and do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. So important that we wait patiently. To wait is not to be like, ugh, is he ever going to show up? It's not that kind of, it's not like waiting for Godot. Waiting on the Lord means that you have absolute and utter faith that the things that we see before our eyes are illusory and have absolutely nothing to do with the truth of God, especially when things that we see with our eyes do not reflect truth. So we don't have to worry about people and what they're doing, and the fact that this person, no matter what they do, they're just horrible. They're horrible, and look, they're succeeding. No matter what they do, they're just so awful, and they seem to never lose. Okay, and it's saying, stop. Don't do that. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about other people's wicked schemes. It says to refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It says that twice now. Do not fret. Do not worry. It leads only to evil. It's telling you your worry is leading you to evil, so stop it. Don't worry about those people. They're going to take care of themselves. It says, for those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. Now, really, evil just destroys itself. Evil destroys itself. Now, we don't want people to be destroyed, but we want the evil to be destroyed. And evil being destroyed is simply that darkness which doesn't truly exist to begin with anyway. It only exists within the realm of a nightmare. And so we want it for evil to destroy itself simply means that the light comes in, shines away the darkness, and we're gently awakened from the nightmare. A little while and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found, but the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. So who are the meek? The meek are the adepts. The meek are those who are not moved by appearances. They are not moved. You can't upset an adept, because they know that God is truth and everything else is illusion. So if they happen to be glancing upon an illusion, they look at it like watching a commercial on TV or watching a program or a movie in the theater. They don't give it too much thought. Right? So that's the meek. And the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. Why? Because they're not going to be hypnotized and taken under the spell of lack and limitation that the world is constantly playing for them. So you will have prosperity because that's your natural birthright. And peace is your natural birthright. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. Okay, so this is poetic. The wicked plotting against the righteous and gnashing their teeth at them. Now, the wicked plotting against the righteous are evil thought forms within the mind of humanity. So they are in the racial consciousness, or we don't really call it that because people misunderstand that. We call it the species consciousness now. So they are in their species consciousness, and they are also in our individual minds. So all evil thought forms are destroyed at the light of God, and that's what the Lord laughing at the wicked. Laughter is a function of light. So laughing at the wicked, and you can laugh at the wicked too. You can laugh at the wicked. You can laugh at everything that looks scary and bad, because you know that its day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those who are upright. Now it's just showing you there's two sides to this story, and both of them are true. On the inner planes, the wicked drawing the sword to bend the bow are all of those nefarious thought forms that we carry about ourselves that are always putting us down and putting other people down. Constantly putting us down and putting other people down. Fault finding, backbiting, miserable, evil little nurturing of resentments. Those little evil thought forms. Okay, that is one way. That is one wicked of drawing the sword and bending the bow. And then also the wicked drawing the sword and bending the bow to bring down the poor and needy, and slay those whose ways are upright. We see that also on the world stage that plays itself out on the world stage as well, where the people that are just trying to live their lives and get by are constantly being up against these different powers that be, right? And that is that inner drama being played out on the screen of the world stage. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. So those thought forms are going to destroy themselves, and the people that embrace those thought forms, if they don't give them up, they will destroy themselves in that that behavior will have to be destroyed. So for some that are super committed to staying within those thought forms and not giving them up, that might even mean that their entire life here is destroyed, that their bodies are destroyed. But that's still their choice. It's the thought forms that are the thing. The thought forms themselves that are the true wicked, not the people. But those people that are committed to the thought forms will oftentimes look like they're destroyed because, they're too committed to the thought form. Better the little that the righteous have than the wealth of the many wicked. Yeah, so don't wish for, oh God, but look how wealthy they are. Look how rich they are. Gosh, I know if I had all that, I'd be okay. Yeah, don't compare yourself to them. Don't compare yourself to people. Don't do that. You have the little that you have is actually not so little. The little that you think you have is actually everything. God gave you everything. You don't need anything. All you need to do is access where it is that it's already been given you. And the wealth that you require, the prosperity that you require, the health, the peace, all of it is already there for you. You don't have to worry about what's going on with other people and their wealth and all of that. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. So you want to feel upheld. You can just carry that with you. The Lord upholds the righteous doesn't mean that you're better than everybody. It means that you are created righteous. All of us were created righteous. And if we recognize who we are at our core, God upholds us. So people that are acting like the wicked, if they turn about and they start recognizing who they are as righteous individuals as they were created, God will uphold them. But God will not support the behavior that is not righteous. That's just how it goes. The blameless spend their days under the Lord's care, and their inheritance will endure forever. Okay, so it's just a simple formula for how to spend your days. You spend your days under the Lord's care, and you place yourself under the care of infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence guides my thoughts. Infinite intelligence guides my words, my deeds. I am guided and led from on high. God loves me and cares for me right now. In times of disaster, they will not wither. In times of famine, they will enjoy plenty. Now that's a promise. And remember, promises in the Psalms are not like a promissory note where God's signed some sort of covenant. It means law. A promise in the Bible means law. So therefore, if you place yourself under the care of infinite intelligence, you will not wither in disaster, and in famine you will enjoy plenty. Okay, so it's just told you that clearly. The wicked will perish. Though the Lord's enemies are like the flowers of the field, they will be consumed. They will go up in smoke. It's always good to remember that evil destroys itself. There is absolutely nothing you need to do. In fact, if you don't get involved, you're doing fine. You just go back to your regular spiritual practice, and you instead of fighting against externals and fighting against evil, what you do is you move toward the light and allow the light to do the work for you, because the light knows what it's doing and you don't. The wicked will borrow and do not repay. The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous give generously. There you go. And now when we're saying giving and not repaying and giving generously, we, on all levels, any part of you that is stingy and is trying to get and gimme, and I'm not going to give, those are not the righteous parts of yourself. Those are the wicked parts of yourself. But the righteous part of yourself is the one that recognizes the only way to have is to give. To have, you give. And you give everything to God. You give everything to infinite intelligence, but you give to infinite intelligence by giving to the children of infinite intelligence. So we give to people, but we give to infinite intelligence through people. So giving is the way. Giving generously. Those the Lord blesses will inherit the land, but those he curses will be destroyed. And God blesses all of God's children, right? But does not bless the thought forms which are in opposition to God, because they don't ultimately exist. If God didn't create it, it doesn't exist. It only appears to within the realm of a nightmare, which is what this world is. It tends to reflect nightmares rather than reflect the truth of God. So when you recognize that, then curses being destroyed is simply the light doing what it does in the presence of darkness. It's not going out of its way to like curse the darkness. It's just being light. And so you want to be on the side of light, not on the side of darkness, otherwise it hurts. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. So again, delighting in God is how you get your foundation, is how your steps are firm, is how you complete your tasks here on earth, is to delight in the Lord. And that simply means contemplating what those qualities of spirit are. Infinite spirit. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. Now, God's hand, remember God's hand, what is a hand? That's something that manipulates. It's something that creates. It's something that fashions, that makes. So the very creative energy of the universe itself upholds you. Whoa. Nice, right? I was young and now I'm old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken. This is the psalmist talking about ancient wisdom states that the righteous are never forsaken. They never have been since the beginning of time, and they never will be, because light does not forsake itself. Or their children begging bread. So not only are your righteous thought forms upheld, but all of those thought forms which emanate from them are upheld as well. They are always generous and lend freely, and their children will be a blessing. So everything that comes out of you is your children. All of your creativity, all your creations, not just your procreations, but all your creations are your children, and they are all going a blessing to the earth, because you are on the right side of light. You are on the side of light, and that's why you're generous and give freely. It says lend freely, but it's really giving freely. To turn from evil and do good. It says turn from evil and do good, and then you will dwell in the land forever. For the Lord loves the just and will not forsake the faithful ones. So to turn from evil and do good is very specific. So if you're in a situation that's evil, you recognize that it's evil. You don't run away from it. You don't pretend like it's not there. You face it head on. Whatever your evil is, it could be a poverty, it could be a lawsuit, it could be a sickness, whatever your evil is, you turn and face it first. And then you claim it. You claim the light in place of the darkness. You start to consider, instead of the problem in its place and in its presence, you start to consider the qualities of spirit: infinite intelligence, infinite love, infinite joy, infinite peace, infinite freedom. You start thinking of those qualities instead of that, and that's how you turn from evil and turn toward good. Then you will dwell in the land forever. For the Lord loves the just, and he will not forsake his faithful one. So it's another promise that eternal life is yours now, right this second. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed. The offspring of the wicked will perish. So all evil thought forms and everything that came out of them will be destroyed, because darkness in the presence of light cannot thrive. So you don't have to worry about fighting darkness. It's already taken care of. The righteous will inherit the land and dwell in it forever. We've been told that again and again and again, that this land is your land. That you will inherit the land. Now, the land means everything in the manifest universe, that this land is supposed to start to reflect the realities of God rather than the realities of the non-realities of the illusion of our egos. So as we become more righteous in our thinking, then the world starts to reflect that righteousness. And remember that light is strong. So the meek shall inherit the earth, or the meek will inherit the earth. What that means is that as you become strong in your light, as you become strong in your practice, as you become strong as a being of light, you inherit the earth, because your strength takes it over. Your strength actually takes over the earth without you having to do anything. Okay, so it's not some big war. It's just your strength takes it over. The mouths of the righteous utter wisdom, and their tongues speak of what is just. The law of their God is in their hearts, and their feet do not slip. It's reminding you to watch your words. If you're having trouble, you're probably not using your words well. It's not always easy to monitor all your thoughts, but you can monitor your words. So watch what you say. The wicked will lie in wait for the righteous, intent on putting them to death, but the Lord will not leave them in the power of the wicked, or let them be condemned when brought to trial. So when you notice, whether it's in the world where you feel like you are at the effect of something evil, or in your mind where you cannot let go of the evil thoughts and the obsessive thoughts that are going on in your mind, either way, recognize that the Lord, infinite intelligence, doesn't leave you there. It wants you to be out of that. It wants to pull you out of that. And it recognizes that it's asking you to recognize that the law of God is in your hearts and your feet don't slip. So you've got to remember what the law of God is. The law of God is infinite. Law of God supersedes all human man-made laws, and you want to remind yourself of that frequently, that you are not under anybody's law except for infinite intelligence. The wicked lie in wait for the righteous, intent on putting them to death. Oh, did I already do that? But the Lord will not leave them in the power of the wicked, or let them be condemned when brought to trial. So it's just reminding you here that you are protected completely in all ways, and that you can claim that safety again and again and again. Hope in the Lord and keep his way. He will exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are destroyed, you will see it. So it's telling you, you're going to see it. You're going to see the effects of this. Don't worry. It's not like the infinite intelligence is going to just say, like, just believe me, all is well, you don't have to see any of this. It's going to be proven to you that this works, and it's proven to you again and again and again. So being exalted to inherit the land again, it mentions this again and again and again. The land is manifest world. You're supposed to have all the good things of life. You're supposed to enjoy this earth. You're supposed to have wealth. You're supposed to have food. You're supposed to have raiment. You're supposed to have all raiment. You're supposed to have all of those things that are lovely. You're supposed to have an opulent life, and in a way that's good for the environment and that everybody wins. It's already set up for that. I have seen a wicked and ruthless man flourishing like a luxuriant native tree, but soon he passed away and was no more. Though I looked for him, he could not be found. This is a device in the Psalms where you put something in past tense. Noticing that everything that you're worried about is just like, oh boy, this world is not set up for good people. It's only set up for evil people. It's saying, no, it just appears that way. Just watch. Just watch. Consider the blameless. Observe the upright. A future awaits those who seek peace. It's telling you how to have a safe future, and that is to seek peace. Peace should be your primary goal in any situation. Remember that peace is a package deal. Everything that you want exists in peace. That is the esoteric meaning of seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. Everything you want is in peace. So peace should be always your first goal. All sinners will be destroyed, and there will be no future for the wicked. Now, sinners, meaning the darkness, will be destroyed. Sinners, God's not going to destroy God's own children, but God will destroy the darkness that is in their hearts. Now, that takes time because there is free will. So in this world, everything seems like it goes at a snail's pace sometimes because we've been given free will. And so it takes time for some people to learn these lessons. But it won't take you any time because you're having a nice celestial speed up as we speak. The salvation of the righteous comes from the Lord. He is their stronghold in time of trouble. Remember that. If you feel like you're in trouble, it's because you're looking at the problem. You're not looking to infinite intelligence. The Lord helps them and delivers them. He delivers them from the wicked and saves them because they take refuge in him. That's all it takes, is you must take refuge in infinite intelligence. Take refuge in the light. And the darkness doesn't even, it's not even so much that you don't have to worry about the darkness. You don't even consider the darkness anymore because for all intents and purposes, it's finished. All right. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this. Come back to the psalm again and again. And it sometimes needs some reconditioning, to work, but it does work if you give it a fair trial. So I can't wait to work with you again. And until that time, blessed be.